Please stand as our graduates enter the stadium. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. You may be seated. Good afternoon. On behalf of our graduates, I would like to welcome the members of the Avon Board of Education, the Avon Local School District faculty and staff, and the guests of the class of 2018, their parents, guardians, family, and friends. I would like to introduce those individuals seated on stage as well. President of the Board of Education, Mr. John Weigeman, Ms. Heather Mahoney, Vice President, Art Goforth, Mr. Kevin Romanchuk, and Mrs. Tara Tapman. Also seated on stage are the Avon Local School District's administrative team. Bill Fishley, Director of Operations, Mr. Mike Elder, Director of Human Resources, Mrs. Deb Dennis, Director of Student Services, Mrs. Val Kaminsky, Director of Curriculum and Development, Mr. Ben Hodge, Assistant Superintendent, Katie Hennis, Treasurer and CFO, Mr. Mike Laub, our Superintendent, Ms. Jill Petiti, Principal at the Lorain County Joint Vocational School, Mr. Mike Ryan, Assistant Principal at AHS, Mr. Rob Woods, Assistant Principal at AHS, Mr. Eric Frombach, our Athletic Director, Dr. Craig Kohler, Principal at Avon Middle School, Mr. Brent Betts, Associate Principal at Avon Middle School, Mr. Jason Call, Principal of the Heritage Campus, and Ms. Colleen Madore, Principal of the Avon Early Learning Center. Also seated on stage are Mrs. Renee Argenti-Reinker, Ms. Sarah Blatnick, Mrs. Sherry Peach, and Mrs. Brianne Reinhard, our counselors, who will be presenting diplomas later. I would also like to acknowledge Mr. Jesse Martin, the director of the Avon High School Orchestra and the Avon High School Orchestra, for an impressive performance. Graduates, commencement is a time of celebration and a rite of passage. You've been preparing for this moment for 13 years, since the first time you boarded the big yellow school bus, and you didn't get here alone. All of your teachers, kindergarten through high school, have had an impact on your education and the reason you sit before us. Would all Avon Local School District faculty and staff please stand to be recognized by our graduates. Thank you. Graduates, your parents and guardians have had a guiding hand in ensuring that you're here today. Their support and guidance has been vital. Would all parents and guardians please stand to be recognized by our seniors? Parents, please stand. You have done an excellent job with your children. Thank you. I'd like to give a little perspective on the things that I get to know as a building principal, the accomplishments of the senior class. So we're going to do a little demonstration to put things in perspective. Please hold your applause until I get through each statement. So, seniors, here we go. If you were a member of a non-athletic organization over the last 4 years, any club, please stand. Excellent. Round of applause. If you participated in any community service this year, please stand. Love community-minded Eagles. Graduates, if you are a member of an Avon High School athletic team or club sport, please stand. Nice. Graduates, if you are graduating with a 3.5 grade point or higher, please stand. That's awesome. You can sit down. If over 4 years in our athletic programs, you have been a member of a winning team with the title of conference championship, please stand. Remain standing if your team qualified for districts. Awesome. Regionals And do we have any state qualifiers? Michael Renette. Also not present, and Lexi Ferment, both Ferment girls. We didn't know if these individuals would make it here today, and Cam Scher could not be with us because she is currently doing the long jump. If you have been a member of the performing arts program, such as band, orchestra, received an OMEA adjudicated rating, please stand. Love our fine arts. Nice job. If you have been a member of our drama club, fall play, spring musical, or earned your International Thespian Society recognition, please stand. If you have been a student at our sister school, the Lorain County Joint Vocational School, participated in the Teacher Exploratory Education Program, been a member of Project Lead the Way Engineering, please stand. If you have received an athletic scholarship or signed an athletic intent to play at the college level, please stand. Nice. If you have been a member of the PSEO or the new College Credit Plus program, if you have been enrolled in an AP course, meaning that you began college while in high school, please stand. That blows my mind. A little fact, during the 2017-2018 school year, 185 Avon High School students participated in a CCP at just Lorain County Community College alone, earning 2,254 credits for a saving of approximately $1 million in state tuition. Congratulations. Here's a special shout out, and pretty rare. If you received a 36 on your ACT, please stand. Drew Horton. Nice job, Drew. And if you've earned an associate's degree while in high school, please stand. Alex Skockel. Nice job, Alex. Thank you. If you have received an academic scholarship of any kind, please stand. Academics. This class, the class of 2018, is bringing in $6,232,000 in education. Audience, if you have served in our armed services, will you please stand? Our audience members, our veterans, please stand. Class of 2018, if you are joining the armed services, please stand with your fellow veterans. Thank you. So I'm going to draw this exercise to a close. It's one of my favorite things to do as principal. Clearly, the class of 2018 has been an excellent class. Seniors, today is your day. Thank you for making us Eagle proud. Before we begin with our speakers, I'd like to recognize the top 5% of the class. Please come forward to be recognized. Bhavya Apana, Jason Boudon, Chase Fensore, Ashley Granito, Nicole Haidari, Mackenzie Canese, Kayla Manicherry, Kevin Meserly, Sarah Perusic, John Reed, Logan Sherrill, Maxwell Smith, Cameron Wilson, Reedy Yalamanchili, and Emily Zhao, the class of 2018's top 5%. Thank you. Our first commencement speaker is Ashley Granito, president of her class. Ashley, we welcome you. Ashley is the daughter of Meg and Matt Granito. Ashley has been a class officer for several school years and is a member of the Highland and Avon Tech Challenge Club. She's a member of the National Honor Society and has been named an AP Scholar of Distinction. She is a member of our Leo Club and has earned the title of National Merit Finalist. Outside of school, Ashley enjoys skiing, exploring, reading, and traveling. And in the fall, Ashley will be attending Cornell University to major in computer science with a career goal of studying artificial intelligence. We welcome Ashley.
All right. Life is marked by a series of befores and afters, moments where, upon remembering, we recount not exact dates, but a simple relativity to a moment or encounter. 20, 30 years down the road, I'm sure we'll all remember today as one of our many markers. Looking back from the future, we'll remember memories before today as our childhood, after today as the rest of our lives. As we mark this transition, we must realize that there is no changing the events of these previous 18 years. We can't change the past, but we can choose how to remember it. Now, we may not all love every member of this class, but there is no denying the ties that bind us together. Never again will we experience such a sense of intimate familiarity with such an unintimately sized group. Never again will we know the backstories of 329 different individuals, and never again will 329 different individuals know the story thus far of you. Collectively, we've conquered all of childhood's ups and downs together. We've been each other's first classmates, first teammates, first best friends. We've also been each other's first competitors, first enemies, first breakups. We've survived the pepper spray attack of 2016, the devastation of waking up on a snowy morning to no tweet from Mr. Lobb announcing a snow day, the easy classes, and the ones that kept us studying. We've been there for one another during the wins and losses alike, the thrill of acceptance, the pains of rejection, and all those occasions lying in between. We've been together 7 hours a day for 4, 6, some of us even 12 years. Whether you like it or not, however, today is the final day we will all share this collective history. Starting tomorrow, we're no longer going to be a part of each other's everydays. Beginning June 3rd, 2018, many of us are simply going to become part of each other's befores. It's scary, but it's also pretty exciting. In the words of C. Joy Bell C., we can't be afraid of change. You may feel very secure in the pond that you are in, but if you never venture out of it, you will never know that there is such a thing as an ocean, a sea. Holding on to something that is good for you now may be the very reason why you don't have something better. Do not allow anyone to convince you that you're leaving the good old days. It's easy to believe that the time that has already occurred or will occur is the best time, but that's simply because that time isn't now. With time comes change, and the good along with the bad. So, prepare for new hardships and losses, but also prepare to make new best friends, to live in new places, and to experience more before and after-worthy experiences. Use the past as a means of remembering just how truly great people and moments and life can be. And with that class of 2018, it's time to let go. But while we're all about to venture out of our shared pond into 329 different oceans, let us choose to remember these past 18 years for what they were. Cherished nights spent with your childhood friends, the safety and comfort of being at home, football games, the DC trip, and infinitely other small moments that add up to paint the picture of your life so far. But as you move forward, also remember the lessons you learned the hard way, the teachers and coaches who challenged you, and the less than nostalgic situations that forced you to grow. It's been an experience and a privilege to have grown up with all of you, and I look forward to the moments where our paths cross again, wherever the currents may take us. Thank you.
Now, please join me in welcoming Yasmin Barkley to the stage. She was our staff-selected speaker. Yasmin is the daughter of Mona Lababidi and Charles Barkley. During high school, Yaz has been employed at Michaels and held various jobs and volunteered at the Cleveland Clinic. She was our Eagles United speaker and is graduating with honors cum laude. Yaz has received over $64,000 in scholarships to Xavier University with the intention of getting a bachelor's in international business with a career goal of being an attorney. We welcome Yaz.
Hi. Whether or not you face the future, it happens. Here we are. They said we would get here in due time. They said we would be better people when we did. Older, wiser, for some of us, and less afraid. They said we would be more sure of ourselves and what we want. What they tried to tell us, and what we didn't believe, was that it would go by way too fast. I feel like I blinked in freshman year, and now here I am, standing in front of you all, trying to find the right words to leave you with as we embark on this new chapter in our lives. But the truth is, I'm still as awkward, uncertain, and perhaps even more afraid than I was in freshman year. I'm about to leave the nest, as they say, and fly far away from the comfort and familiarity of Avon, Ohio, as I'm sure many of you are doing the same. You can almost compare our current situations to a John Hughes movie. From Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and The Breakfast Club, John's body of works have always told of a generation of adolescents that are misguided and uncertain. He not only championed the weird kids, but showed how anyone can be worthy of warmth and respect, even the ones who don't always look like they deserve it. But my favorite thing about what he tried to incorporate in every movie of his is that everybody has a story. The nice people, the mean people, the people with money, and the people with nothing. Everyone has a story, and everyone has a future. Everybody struggles in some way or another. Nobody is exempt from having problems. For us, our problems will surely come later in life. It gets harder as you get older, that's just a fact. The beaten paths we'll take will look rough and deserted at times, but the journey on them will be filled with joy and laughter and people that love us unconditionally. Our excursions and our detours and our sleeping on the side of the road because we ran out of gas, literally, are all the things that are gonna define our story. We're an unfinished book dying to be written. So take a chapter from John Hughes. If you have the chance to lip sync, twist, and shout in a parade on a float in front of 1,000 people like Ferris Bueller, I say try to do it in a state other than Ohio because we know who you are and we will never let you live it down. Our high school reunion is in 10 years, so we won't remember what the sign of pi is, but trust me, we'll remember that. I know college is the one place where people are dying to make friends because we're all new. So be the first one to say hi. If given the chance, show people who you are and where you come from, the good and the bad. You'll never know when you'll make your own breakfast club. You never know if you'll be the brain or the basket case either, but it's a learning process. I want every single one of you to remember that when you're just not feeling up to it, or you need a break to process life sometimes, you need to take the day off every once in a while. You need to go out and have a wild adventure and not worry about how many days you can miss before you get a letter sent home. In the real world, you get fired from your job if you don't show up, so keep your mind and body healthy, but like our admins say, don't be truant. Jokes aside, I hope we all get to grow up a little bit more and keep the inner child inside of us from withering. I hope we get to dance like no one's watching, even though the entire world will be. I hope every single one of you get the chance to share a cake with someone you love. I hope you get the chance to write your story your way. I hope you tell it and retell it, joke about it, and never change it for someone else. I hope you get to be you and do with your life what you please. I hope you know you won't end up like your parents. You'll be better than them. There's a lot to learn where we're going. I don't care if it's halfway across the world or 8 miles from where we all grew up. Before we walk across this stage and leave the nest one last time, we will all take this chapter from our lives, these wonderful and at times stressful 4 years, and add it to the storybook. It went fast. That's how life moves. And like Ferris Bueller said, if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you'll miss it. Life may not be a John Hughes film, but it is a story. It's your story. Embrace what lies ahead in it. Face whatever it is to come with a smile on your face and all the love in the world in your heart. Prepare for your future so that you may love every second of it. I hope we all fly far and graciously above everything else. I hope down the path somewhere we fly together. And I look forward to hearing every single one of your stories, wherever that may be, whenever that may come. I appreciate every single one of you. Normally I would drop the mic here, but Mrs. Buller would have a panic attack, so I'm just going to say equal out. Thank you.
Yaz knows me well. Seniors, each year I try to impart one last little bit of wisdom or a piece of advice before you flee the nest. So here we go. I will keep it short, I promise. This past spring, a decorated U.S. Marine knelt before my mother and said, "On behalf of the President of the United States of America, the United States Marine Corps, and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for the loved ones' honorable and faithful service." My grandfather, a World War II veteran, had passed away, the last of his generation in our family. Over 16 million men and women served in World War II, and less than 500,000 live today. I mention this because their generation earned the title bestowed to them, not by themselves, but by others, was that of the greatest generation. Why? Because they were born during the Great Depression in poverty and without welfare. Many were immigrants that could not access higher education, and yet they would go on to build the infrastructure of this world's greatest nation. They saved democracy. In many ways, they who had the absolute least did the absolute most. Pretty amazing thing to say about an entire generation. So now, here's my bit of advice, my challenge to you. You, the class of 2018, has had absolutely the most. You have been given more than any other generation before you. What will you do? How will you be defined? Will you save Earth's resources? Cure cancer? Prevent future wars? If those with the absolute least could do the absolute most, then I can't wait to see what you do. Class of 2018, write your own story. Graduates, please stand. Mr. Lobb. Mr. Lobb and members of the Avon Board of Education, the students before us today have completed the graduation requirements of the Avon Local School District, the Lorain County Board of Education, and the Ohio Department of Education. It's my pleasure and honor to present them to you.
Thank you, Mrs. Buller. On behalf of the Avon Board of Education and the Ohio Department of Education, I proudly accept the graduating class of 2018. Graduates, you may be seated. I think I need to start asking to be moved up in the program. After that, Ashley and Yasmin and Mrs. Buller, wonderful speeches. Very well done. Very well done. Good afternoon. On behalf of our Board of Education, I would like to extend a warm welcome to parents, family, and friends in attendance. Our board, along with our teaching staff, support staff, and administration, share your pride this afternoon as we come together to celebrate our Eagles. We truly appreciate your support and partnership. Graduates, congratulations. We are proud of you and the hard work that you've put in to be here today. You have been an awesome group, and we will truly miss you. As you take time and reflect today, I have a few thoughts to offer. You are ready. You are well-prepared young adults who have shown the ability to work hard and attack difficult situations with a positive approach. As you move on, continue to embrace challenges as opportunities to get better, to learn, and to grow. Remember, challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. As you navigate those challenges, choose to be positive and find ways to solve problems. Be that positive influence that helps lead and get the job done. Remember, leaders think and talk about solutions. Followers think and talk about the problems. Be a leader and make that positive difference with whatever you choose to do. I say it often, but I truly love my job and feel fortunate to be a part of this team. I want to thank you for helping build what we have here in Avon, which is a legacy of excellence. And remember, it's always a great day to be an Eagle. Good luck and thank you.
Junior class officers. Assisting the Avon Board of Education members with the presentation of diplomas are Ms. Sarah Blatnick, Ms. Bree Reinhardt, Ms. Sherry Peach, and Mrs. Renee Argenti-Reinker. Audience, one of the things this district prides itself on is our ability to keep it classy. So I would really implore you to allow each graduate's name to be heard respectfully. Please hold your applause until all names have been read. At that point, we can let it all out, but I am asking for courtesy.
Ashley Elizabeth Granito. Amy Rose Ranker. Catherine Elizabeth Buller. Margaret Elaine Beatty. Kevin Patrick Meserly. Sarah Margaret Perusic. Kayla Manasheri. John Alexander Reed. Mackenzie Catherine Canese. Logan Andrew Sherrill. Nicole Hidari. Maxwell Frederick Smith. Chase Matthew Fensori. Cameron Lynn Wilson. Jason Nicholas Budan. Reedy Rao Yamachili. Bhavya Apana. Emily Eugene Zhao. Michael Robert Renette. Cody Christopher Nakarud. Drew William Horton. John Michael Leiber. Benjamin Ramsey Golick. Maxwell Adam Niebzhdovsky. Lamar James Singletary, Jr. Liam Bradley Corbin. Michael Patrick Schraff. Brendan Robert Collada. Michael Thomas O'Donnell. Yasmin Monaya Barkley. Caitlin Marion Pacheco. Cassandra Ann McMorrow. Jenna Lee Delicio. Mary Grace Pearson. Hanan Fayed Abu Khalil. Jennifer Ruth Helen Gillert. Katrina Angelina Guevarez. Malia Ashley Dillick. Madeline Marie Stark. Elena Christine Cordell. Jacqueline Marie Lacrosse. Madeline Ann Souchet. Madeline Christine Steinert. Courtney Angela Corison. Hope Celeste Zare. Samantha Elaine Weigman. Megan Christine Yeager. Courtney Marie Antoinette Franks. Kennedy Asher Tessar. Katie Joyce Sawtell. Catherine Marie Longridge. Mason Chase Douglas. Eric Christopher Grays. Benjamin Edward Yanaska. Joseph Shane Soboleski. Caden Ray Klauser. Ian Christopher Keyshaw Hall. Jacob Dennis Hammond. Anthony Jaden Eberhardt. Nikolai Sergey Chinchar. Todd Maxwell Torbert. James Patrick McKenna. Zachary Hunter Sarka. John Patrick Thorne. Adam Joseph Stazak. Brandon Lee Bahari. Jared William Jones. Noah Jared Volpe. Raymond Alexander Busher Bentoncourt. William Vernon Lorendo. Logan McKay Schmelter. Adam Charles McGrow. Eamon Joseph Burke. Haley Marie Janos. Presley Kirsten Smith. Catherine Joan Brettauer. Ashley Ella May Svek. Megan Alexa Doman. Emma Ruth Belts. Abigail Hunts Falasco. Claire Ann Falasco. Emma Elizabeth Abfall. Mallory Ann Stowe. Hannah Grace Cox Hudson.
Sarah Denise Baker. Lila Madison Kramer. Maya Ashley Welch. Brooke Elizabeth Lynch. Celine Frances Zadar. Abby Catherine King. Violet Mary Sarah Romanak. Emily Marie Barron. Brigitte Rose Selznick. Sydney Ray Waite. Nicole Jacqueline Reynolds. Taylor Julian Adair. Christopher George Russell. Matthew Ryan Kennedy. Xavier Antonio Santos Nieves. Joseph Douglas Lawrence. Patrick Angelo Fasciana. Seamus Albert Genley. Alexander Matthew Skokel. Colin Francis Mangan. Daniel Albert Fielding. Enrique Manuel Rivera. Luke William Rutman. Andrew Joseph Kanya. Timothy Pang. Jason Albert Coonrod. Jacob Tyler Chasteen. William Brian Jones III. Alec Christian Walker. Jackson Tyler Myers. Blake Alois Opria.
Luke Michael Oriold. Patrick Joseph McNamee. Kate Elizabeth Weidig. Piper Glee Robbins. Maya Christina McDonald. Carly Ray Katanik. Jessica Lynn Wilkins. Alexis Rose Kleppel. Ashton Danielle Tressat. Megan Duran McSweeney. Kayla Marie Jorrell. Kayla Maria Mavrakis. Sophie Elena Colobus. Sierra Renee Rios. Kirsten Ann Snyder. Naomi Rose Slater Sanchez. Carly Nicole Shermack. Megan Rebecca Armstrong. Rachel Leslie Schwartz. Lauren Rose Tanner. Brianna Marie Casca. Madison Grace Keene. Catherine Marie Mader. Chelsea Marie Goforth. Liam Francis Riley. Jordan Lee Anderson. Alexander Thomas Windling. Jacob Philip Simon. Jack Otto Gillum. Trey Michael Peters. Christian Erickson Porter. Jacob Ermis Galladay. Gabriel John Intagliata. Daniel Patrick Stringer. Grant Joseph Scarvelli.
Tyler Lee Erickson. Ryan William McLean. David James Hammerschmidt. Nicholas Todd Jarasek. Sean Patrick Hesketh. Tyler Ian McAreevy. Daniel Wayne Burdick Jr. Tate Patrick Zeman. McKinnon James Strauss. Anthony James Lemasters. Shane Mitchell Majoli. Emily Ann Simmons. Emily Rose Herner. Mia Grace Marin. Elizabeth Marie Manillo. Amanda Nicole Witzke. Sienna Talia Diaz. Eileen Riley Bodine. Joyce Tufi Samon. Madeline Hope Van Dyke. Megan Frances Sikora. Grace Michelle Napper. Kennedy Ann Sappin. Julianne Rachel Cassidy. Jasmine Faith Lucas. Brooklyn Alexandra Wiley. Paige Larson Bozak. Amari Corinne Davidson. Adriana Melissa Pinheiro. Juliana Marie Peppel. Sierra Jonna Lynn Godless. Emmeline Eve Rothschiller. Charity Anna May Godless. Jacob Mark Darris. Zachary Michael Salas. Omar Zaran Al-Qadan. Jacob Michael Suhay. Riley Daniel Mills. Andrew Raymond Griffiths. And Alexander Thomas Waters. Alec John Leith Murray. Andrew Carl Bader. Andrew Xavier Scott. Owen Gregory Lacko. Andrew John Sumser. Jared David Hesketh. Jacob Allen Dupero. Kobe Mikhail Choate. Jacob Louis Nekowitz. Kyle Joseph Van Leeuwen. Cameron Donovan Musser. Aiden Joseph Kaladka. Liam Edward Kovach. Kaylin James Johnson. Jennifer Rose O'Brien. Antonia Maria Hadges. Rachel Naomi Lando. Jennifer Ann Robinson. Jordan Madison Dadley. Madison Charlotte Weiss. Emma Christine Crotty. Emily Catherine Dahl. Alice Hiram Williams. Michaela Lynn DeVoe. Sydney Elise Getz. Zoe Michelle Godomsky. Caitlin Paula Bungo. Emma Nicole Reynolds. Anderson Alice Liao. Anna Rose Mann. Jessica Alexa Mesnikowski. Lauren Gracie Kopczynski. Christina Michelle Clark. Lindsay Marie Stradbeck. Molly Mora Lynch. Carly Lynn Clements. Anand Kothapalli. Christopher Alden Mullins. Benjamin Allen Pocus. Vlasi Theodore Pappas. Hunter Reese Bano. John Alexander Crisilla. Coleman Wallace Zeman. Kevin Douglas Donahue. Jason Michael Howard. Jacob Grant Anderson. Noah James Radcliffe.
Alejandro Miguel Camacho. Matthew Scott Wells. Jacob Thomas Folds. Abdullah Bashar Hamdan. Mateo Manuel Moreno. Matthew Warren Cooper. Grant Carl Espy. Paul Joseph Mirando. Kyle David Kudla. Carson Richard Goslin. Jack Riley King. Maya Nicole Sternad. Lauren Elizabeth Vajentic. Hannah Elizabeth Vargas Bond. Sydney Joe Ferment. Madison Ray Peter. Toriana Marie Burwald. Destiny Lachelle Rush. Molly Rose Tachik. Alexis Michelle Ferment. Alyssa Ray Gormley. Ava Nicole Sear. Hannah Nicole Bouchong. Courtney Alicia Nice. Christina Louise Gilchrist. Elizabeth Ann Moan. Kelsey Jordan McDonald. Nicolette Patricia LaSala. Olivia Nicole Grillo. Kimberly Elizabeth Lewis. Jenna Lauren Fisher. Madison Lynn Campo. Skylar Marie Harden. Jacob Anthony Stoken. Ryan Jeffrey Socha. Maxwell Julius Ambrosio. Justin David Cribbs. Andrew Joseph Morahan. Mohammed Hamad B. Almatiri. Jacob Kenneth Ritz. David Giacomo Orlando. Zachary Michael South. Hunter James Doxey. Jake Elliott Egger.
Carlene Rose Holowecki, Morgan Mary Nemchek, Sarah Rose Palazzo, Carrie Lee Sipler, Emily Rose Brassel, Madison Lee Niziolik, Taylor Nicole Dallas, Haley Marie Smith, Hannah Darcy Sedlak, Jacqueline Olivia Conroy, Laura Elizabeth Sheehan, Carol Barham, Kayla Lee Wardrope, Cameron Renee Walters, Amanda Lynn Gearing, Julia Grace Bitter, India Ann Greer, Olivia Ann Enders, Alyssa Jane Hupp, Claudia Elise Herman, Michaela May Eckert, Molly Shea Delaney, Hannah Alice Bosger, and Julianne Nicole Walker.
Senior members of the choir, please come forward. Let's give these graduates a round of applause. Senior choir members, please come forward, senior choir members. We would like to welcome to the stage the Avon High School senior members of the choir, along with our director, Mr. Emilio Harufe. Guests, as the class of 2018 knows their alma mater well, they would like me to invite you to sing it along with them. It can be found on the back of your diploma cover. Graduates, please stand. I think we should stand. Faculty. Thank you. Audience, you may be seated, and graduates, please remain standing. Will Miss Ashley Granito please come to the stage? We're going to give them a second, so just take our time until we see them sit down. Yeah, just take the center. Okay. You can take their own, I'll let you know. Okay. Once again, Ashley Granito, president of the senior class. She will be leading the seniors in the changing of the tassel ceremony. Nice. Our ceremony has come to a conclusion. Please stand and remain standing for the recessional.